I've often said I kind of harken back to this whole argument, like the specs of the new consoles are nice, the power is nice, some of the features are going to be nice, no matter which one you pick, or if you pick both, hey, even better. The thing that I like is the games, and I always felt like that was the most important thing throughout, my history of being a gamer. It was like when I was picking, even when I was a kid, I got a Nintendo because I wanted to play Super Mario. And there were other options, you could get the Sega Master System or whatever. And then when I wasn't really stuck to one brand, when the Genesis came out, everybody wanted to play Sonic 2. And even though Mario and stuff was cool on the Super Nintendo, it was like I had to get the Genesis, And then it was like later on, I had to get that Dreamcast, man. That NFL 2K was too hot. So I kind of, bounced around. I had a PlayStation 1 as well. Like, that was the hotness, that 989 football game. Realistically, I would say Xbox had done a better job of retaining me as a fan for multiple generations, which hadn't really happened before, and I hope that they get things. It looks like they're getting things together, thankfully. Maybe I'll get that one too, and it'll be all just a happy gaming thing or whatever, but it is nice to see we're getting some game information. Now, you have to take this stuff with a grain of salt because, again, until Sony or Microsoft confirms any of this stuff, it's just something that you just have to kind of take with a grain of salt, and that's what I do, so that's what you should do too. So, Sony obviously is known for their exclusives, and they've done a really good job of getting those out. There's a couple different things supposedly coming, and the announcements actually are pretty interesting. So, we've heard this rumor quite a bit, but now apparently the Silent Hill PS5 reboot is going to be revealed by Sony next month, which I'm going to link this one so you can check it out as well. So he said, this was a forum post that this person did. He said, this 2Com here won't last long, about Sony Japan Studio rebooting the Silent Hill franchise. He says, maybe hitting at a reveal in May. When asked about the legitimacy of the insider's claim, they basically said that it's 100% true. So I think that's interesting, bringing back that franchise, especially it's such a highly loved franchise, and it hasn't been good for a long time, so them being able to possibly bring that back would be huge. We also got news on Horizon Zero Dawn sequels. Apparently, it's a trilogy, and it's going to be gigantic scope and co-op mode, which means it would be PS5 only, by the way. According to this, Sony Interactive Entertainment has greenlit ambitious plans for the open-world franchise. Guerrilla Games has always delivered, according to this, is desired to deliver a series of Horizon Zero Dawn games. A multi-part script was written, but the plan was only officially agreed after the original game's strong debut. Horizon is set on far future Earth, where the nature has reclaimed the planet, but massive animal-like machines rule the land. Zero Dawn follows the story of Aloy, a young woman on a quest to explore the ruins of ancient past. The next installment, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, started development soon after the first game's successful release. Sources said initially the game was planned for PlayStation 4. However, it's thought the development has now entirely shifted focus to Sony's next-gen console. Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is said to be gigantic in scope, with a larger game world and more freedom to explore than its predecessor. People with knowledge of the game also indicated the inclusion of a co-op feature, although it's not clear if this is delivered via the main story or a separate mode. At one point, Guerrilla was planning to release standalone co-op preview, with progress carrying over to the later full Horizon Zero Dawn 2. One person told them, however, it's not clear if these plans are still in place, which is very, very interesting, because it's rumored that maybe that preview would be a launch thing on the PlayStation 5. Also heavily rumored that the next Gran Turismo is going to launch PS5 and a new Ratchet & Clank, but they're going to show off other games as well, including possibly Spider-Man. So that would be some incredible stuff. I will link all this. Let me know in the description below what you think, what you want to see. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.